So another question from the comments section, quote, as a student, I was told that anything less than some crazy ass, ugly artistic expression of my innermost demons was a sellout. Is this attitude more prevalent among academic artists rather than working artists? And being that I've not gone to art school, I don't know for sure. And I have to be honest, when I first started as a painter, the whole modern or contemporary, let's just say contemporary art world was something that was just so mysterious to me. I didn't understand it. And I still am trying to figure it out. And then I would read articles like, for example, that on several occasions, art installations in popular museums or famous modern art museums were swept up and disposed of by the cleaning crews or the janitorial service or whatever. So many times art installations were thrown away because they were mistaken for trash. Right here in San Francisco, somebody pranked people by just setting, at the Museum of Modern Art in San Francisco, they just set some eyeglasses down and then just watched as people started taking pictures of it and trying to find the meaning in it. I remember personally going to an art show. It was a smaller art show and it was in San Francisco. A friend of mine used to make these instruments out of garbage. And this was really interesting. There was a lot of skill involved. He would take things like an old olive oil can, which was kind of a big tin can, and he would cut it in half, turn it into something like a mandolin. I really thought that was cool. Anyway, so I went to this art show that he was participating in. But walking around the room, here were a couple things that caught my eye that I thought were rather interesting. One in the corner was just a pile of sand. That was it. Another one was a piece of paper, just a white piece of paper that somebody had just like ridden a bicycle across, so there were just bike tracks, like muddy bike tracks across it. That was another piece of art. I'm not here to pass judgment. I can just say, like, if anything requires like an essay for me to get anything out of it, I'm sorry, I just don't. That's not for me. I want the piece to speak to me itself and convey something. And usually what I look for in art is I look for inspiration. I'm always inspired when you see somebody do something, whether it's playing a piece of music or creating a piece of work, an artwork, or whatever, building a piece of furniture, anything where you're impressed by the fact that some human did that, like one of us, like a person with the same sort of, they overcame the odds, they worked hard and they achieved something and they created something. I find inspiration in that. Whereas the other thing is just an intellectual exercise that's frankly, it's just boring to me. I just don't find it interesting. I don't find it inspiring. I find it lazy in a way. But you know what? Look, if you like that kind of thing, and I know this triggers a lot of people because there's a lot of people that really do defend that kind of work and they just say, you don't get it or you don't understand. I don't think that's true. I've looked at a lot of work. I've been very open. I still continue to be open. I think a lot of the contemporary stuff is it is kind of a con. I don't know. I just feel like it's just not. Is there good stuff? Yeah, possibly. But it's just, I don't care about it. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't speak to me. So, but this is an interesting topic. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. As far as, is this attitude more prevalent among academic artists? I think that it is. I've heard from, again, like I didn't go to art school, but I've heard that there is this attitude among art professors and in art school. In fact, things like doing what I'm doing, like plein air painting or painting on location, I don't know what the attitude is now, but apparently for a long time that was laughed at and that was considered to be like passé, and it just wasn't done. So if you're a plein air painter, you're just thought of as, you didn't have any credibility in art school. I think that's changing though, because I've had some young people who are in art school have expressed interest in going out and painting with me, so I think that might be changing. One thing that I found interesting is I've had several shows, private shows that were fundraisers, where there were people that had serious art collections, things like Diebenkorn, Nathan Oliveira, that kind of more contemporary abstract-y kind of work. And I remember when I first, and also people within this crowd that were on the acquisition board for like SF MoMA and, you know, Modern Art Museum. And I remember before doing this fundraiser thing, I thought, are these people going to be interested in my work? I mean, I think it's contemporary, but it's definitely rooted in tradition, you know? And so I just felt like I'm not this edgy sort of artist or whatever. And much to my surprise, it was like, my work sold really well among these people. So anyway, I'm getting kind of long-winded here, but basically my approach to this whole thing is I don't really care what, you know, like the art world has to say. I don't really have much to do with the art world. The galleries I work with are not part of that sort of, you know, they sell to normal people who are looking to have nice pieces in their places, you know, to live with. And so that's kind of what my focus is on. And I don't really pay much attention to this sort of high, you know, the what should we say, the elite art world where pieces are selling for millions of dollars and everything. So I don't pay attention to that so much. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing your take on things and your experiences as usual. So that's it for now. I will see you in the next video.